What key are we in? G?
Yeah.
What's up?
What's up?
How are ya?
Hello.
I'm Shama, and one of the two hosts of the Church Stories podcast. This is organic intro, everybody. Organic intro that I did not mess up the first intro, so we're doing it for real this time.
Yeah.
Wow. That's great.
I'm gonna tell them who I am. I'm Shama, and I'm the father of a mixed child. Now, little Ezra is here. July 3rd, he was born. 12'12", 8 pounds 4 ounces. He had a 15-inch head, but it's no longer cone head anymore. He's got a round, beautiful little head. And hop on my Instagram to see a picture of him. PD.
You're a dad.
It's crazy. So you've known me the longest out of a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you knew single me, and then you walked in the door today and you saw my wife holding my son.
Come a long way.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Who are you, PD?
I am, in fact, PD.
Was that a question?
Well, you said, "Who are you, PD?"
Okay. So what's a fun fact about yourself?
So, Stranger Things came out
Okay.
July the 4th.
And you're plugging it right now?
Yeah, I blew off my family to watch it. I'm not kidding. I was like,
You know your dad listens to these podcasts, right? Sorry,
Yeah.
Mr. Scott, on his behalf.
well, this is my mom's family celebration. It's the other side.
Is that make it okay then?
It's not okay either way, but it's like,
Where was it? Where did they go?
it was gonna be my grandma's house. I think they were gonna eat steak or something. And then before we were going, I remembered that the season dropped, and I was like,
Wait a minute.
I just said, never mind. And then I proceeded to watch 4 hours of it, and then I watched 4 hours later that night. It was great.
Man. Well, congratulations, man. Did you like it?
I really enjoyed it, yeah.
You binged the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, so I got my wisdom teeth taken out. This was like...
Okay, so wait a second. I was telling you about Stranger Things like the second after I watched
a long time ago.
Long time ago. And you had to wait. God had to had to have your wisdom teeth removed for you to go, hey, I'm going to give this 80s kids show, D&D show, a chance.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like that. I just won't get around to doing something.
It's like a mood. You gotta wait
Yeah.
for the right mood.
Until I was, bedridden because I was on Oxycontin or whatever it was, for the pain. I actually had to stop taking that because the pills they gave me made me throw up everything, so I couldn't eat. So I had to stop taking those and just take a ton of ibuprofen. But so I was just in bed and I was like, I'll give this show a shot. I mean, because I don't want to watch something I like right now. I was like, I feel horrible. But then I got so into it that I watched both seasons in a day or two.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So now I look back on that time fondly.
I think it's always funny. There's always a we're gonna introduce our guest here shortly. But there's always that's how I remember certain markers of my life is when I watched something. You know what I mean? I remember watching Avatar, James Cameron's Avatar. I remember watching. I remember the week that I watched the Titanic for the first time. You know what I mean? Just there are certain moments, those movies that nobody else references as sincere as I'm doing right now, or TV shows. I remember those moments. I remember me and my wife watched this documentary in Italy on our honeymoon because we're filthy rich. And no, I'm just kidding. I can't bring that up. But yeah, I just remember stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, cool. So it's on top, coupled with what we watched, what I watched, where I watched it also kind of makes it memorable.
Yeah,
I don't know why I said all that, but I hope you have the same experience, listener.
I have that with podcasts sometimes.
Yes.
I'll listen to, or I'll go back and I'll remember exactly where I was listening to a certain podcast.
Yes.
If I'm scrolling through old ones.
Yeah.
Or something. And then, so there's this dude who died. His name was something. They called him
comedian, right?
Bird Luger.
Okay.
I forgot. It was Kevin something. And I was like, I have no idea who this dude was. And then Pete Holmes put out a podcast they did with him. And as I was listening, I was like, I listened to this 2 years ago. I was like, I do know who this guy is.
You remembered exactly.
Yeah, I remembered a bunch of his stories.
And you know what's crazy? We're creating the same memories for people right now.
Yeah.
It's Church Stories with your host. I love parodying NPR. I think we need to make an episode where it's very like, I'm just talking like folk music off the top. We have like a British announcer. That's an idea that's going to come to pass for real.
I'd be on board with that. I have an idea also. I want to get Josh in here. I want to play a game called Wheel of Destiny. I'll explain it later.
Okay. Oh, we're talking pitches. Guys, welcome. This is Church Stories Podcast, the podcast that exists because you laugh the hardest
when you're not supposed to.
And when you're not supposed to laugh.
At church.
Thank you.
Oh, you finished
Thank you,
it
Josiah.
for me. Wow.
And ladies and gentlemen, on the show today, we have Josiah. Josiah, welcome.
Thank
My
you.
phone's ringing.
How unprofessional.
I'm sorry. Josiah, listen.
We pitch to the guest and the phone goes off.
What I get for coming.
Don't be like that sometimes. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Josiah, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I appreciate the welcome.
Josiah, you are from... I don't know too many facts about Josiah, but all I know is you're a huge fan, and you're more than just a fan. You're a friend now. And
a friend.
You're a friend.
Okay, sure.
Is that what I said?
No, that's what I said. I'm combining
friend.
the word.
You're a friend.
Friend and fan. A friend.
But it's like we put the FAN in the brackets. You know how they do those words? Oh man.
He lied.
It's like she believed he lied, and the other words letters that aren't used like speeve. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. You're a friend, and
Floridian? What? Did you say
you're
Floridian?
You're a friend. Yeah, I'm combining Florida, friend, and fan all into one. And
Freon.
you reached out to my boy. What? Tell us a little bit about. Tell us about yourself, and then we're gonna get into how you ended up on the show today.
So right now I'm in college. I'm halfway through, and I work at a grocery store, and I won't get to that yet. But I've been there for like 3 years, and living the life there, working part-time.
Yeah.
And just doing my thing.
Okay.
Is
and
it
then
stressful working in retail?
I mean, there's a lot of annoying people, but I mean, I kind of like my job.
That's
Okay.
good. That's
Yeah.
good. You work at a store that has a lot of older women, just older people shop in general, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's also older cashiers we get to work with who are.
I love how you doubled down and just went, well, everybody's old. It's not just the
Yeah.
clientele. It's also my coworkers.
I've started aging twice as much since working there.
I mean,
Yeah, that's right, everybody. Josiah is actually 8 years old right now. Yeah. So that's awesome, man. Are you enjoying it?
I mean, it's what I got right now going.
Yeah.
They do a tuition reimbursement, partial, so just kind of
Really?
working there. Yeah, it's not too much,
Yeah.
but I mean, I got the job already. Might as well stick with it while I'm in
Yeah.
college.
Right. Okay. So you're from Jacksonville?
Yes.
Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah.
And what school do you go to down there? Do you want to talk about that at all?
I sure. I don't care.
Cool.
I go to UNF.
Okay. Awesome. What does that stand for?
University of North Florida.
Gotcha. Okay. And what denomination are you? I didn't ask you that earlier, but right now,
What do you think? What kind of denomination do I
buddy.
seem
Okay,
like?
wait a sec. Guessing game. PD, do you have one? You go first.
Presbyterian.
I'm a
Okay,
Mormon.
hold on. Are you a Mormon?
No, I'm not.
Okay, wait a second. Let me guess. Assemblies of God.
Are you serious?
Yes.
No.
Okay. PD, you get one more guess. And then
I'll
What's-
give
what-
you a hint.
What's
You
the
want a
one that
hint?
starts with a T?
Trinitarian?
Sure, let's go with that.
Do you want a hint?
Yes.
Do you want a hint?
Yes.
It's a basic.
Baptist.
No.
Pentecostal.
Non-denominational.
Oh my gosh. That's not, you can't.
That's not a denomination. That means Baptist.
So you're non-denominational.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you go to a church with many campuses?
No, it's
Okay.
actually just one.
Is that what I think? That's what I think.
That's like
what I
saying
think.
like, guess what college I go to? I don't go to college.
I mean, it's like a richer part of town, so there's just like a lot of people with money there, and
Buddy, we're robbing you after the show.
I mean, I didn't say I did. I just said a lot of people go there.
Okay.
Too.
So the stereotype of non-denominational people now is like hipster tattoos.
Yes.
I mean, you can
skinny
wear
jeans,
shorts.
long hair. Yeah.
Think about that.
Well, I mean, like, okay, I go to an Assemblies of God church and people wear shorts. Deacons wear shorts.
Really?
They're cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's not even close to
I
the
was
beach.
kind of worried about wearing shorts when I was visiting
Today?
here.
Oh,
not today. No.
oh, I was about to say, what if we both were like suited up? What if we always did the podcast in a suit? You've seen it, so you knew that we didn't do that.
I mean, I haven't seen a video though, so I mean, maybe for the podcast, you never know.
Dang. Okay, so yeah, you're non-denominational.
Yes.
You live in Florida, and then you've been a fan of the. How long have you been a fan of the show?
I mean, I got recommended it on the Veggie Tales video. You know the small video you did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
I
a
got
little thing
recommended
that I did. Veggie Tales remix. Check it out. It doesn't have a lot of views.
Yeah. I got recommended that, and I subscribed, and I looked at some of your other stuff. Great content from many years ago.
Don't say that.
Like, what? Do you remember anything specifically? I'd like to know.
Don't insult me.
I don't remember too many specific things. I just remember there was one video he did like 2 or 3 years ago, and it was about like you as a youth pastor and like your experience there. I think it was like one of the same stories you ended up telling on the podcast.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I did some stuff. I think it's just a tangent. I think I did better on YouTube when I wasn't trying to do the stereotypical YouTuber shtick. The whole when I was just kind of like, hey, here's a story. Like
That's
like
that's
I got-
accurate. That's it. That's
it.
what
I mean,
it is.
That's the
That's Jake
stereotypical,
Paul.
like a bunch of jump cuts. I
Yeah.
think it was like trash to me now. I think people still enjoy it. I hope people enjoy it. But at the same time, like I told stories of like how I faked speaking in tongues, and that's been like one
Oh,
of my
that was the
most-
one, I think. Yeah.
Right, where people just thought, oh, that's so cool. Where to me, I'm like, well, if that's all I needed to do, I would have just told stories a long time ago, as opposed to being like, blah, 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 like clickbaity stuff.
Yeah, your gimmick was ology. It's like you pick a topic and then say ology.
Yeah. Yes. It's dumb, man. It's
Yeah.
dumb. I don't know why I did all that, but I'm not doing that anymore. I'm collaborating with great people like PD, and I'm collaborating with great people now. But I learned. Look,
Yeah,
we were
and it's not just you. Like I would listen back to old stand-up stuff and be like, why did I do that joke? What made me think that was funny?
right. And that's one thing we were talking about earlier today, which I'm going to let you get back to your intro. But we were talking about how you've got to make you have to do certain things. You know what I mean? That's how you learn. And my learning just lives for thousands of people on YouTube. So to me,
Yeah.
that's what's kind of like, but
What's
I'm
it,
done
like,
now.
It takes a while for your talent to catch up to your taste, I think is what
Who
people
said
say.
that? Who said that?
Carrie Adams said, it's like shared something about
Really?
that. Yeah.
Really? That's interesting. I always heard it takes 5 years in something for you to be like pretty good, like to crack the
And like 10,000
I mean,
hours.
I think that's basically the same thing, just giving it a time frame.
Yeah, well, so that's another thing is like I think seriously pursuing something. You know what I mean? I think that's like the same time span. So I knew this year. I remember telling my wife last year. We just got married, and I was like, you know what? I think one day I was just super frustrated, and I was like, you know what? I don't think by the end of this year, I don't think I want to be still yelling at a camera and making music videos if it's not profitable. I don't know why. I don't know why I said that. I just said that randomly. I was like, I feel like I'm spinning my wheels. If I don't get anything nice this year, like anything good out of the game, air quotes, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna hang it up. I'm gonna just continue doing I just want to do the podcast, do some other stuff, and work a job, be fine with it, raise a family. You know what I mean? Rear kids. But no, a lot of cool things have happened. And then I remembered like, oh, this was the 5-year mark. I've met so many cool people. I've built so many relationships. I've made a lot of mistakes. And the 5-year mark was this year of really pursuing it. And you know what? It's kind of showed. So
Yeah, you're not too bad now.
Thank
I've
you.
got a Black Panther mask hanging up on a bookshelf. I'm doing well. But no. So Josiah, you reached out to my colleague / co-host Pada Buckman, Bucky Man, What did you reach out on?
I just messaged him on Deuteronomies.
That's,
I mean, I remember he
so
said in a
good.
podcast before that you said exactly. You were just like, I always respond to every message on Deuteronomy. So
And he
I was
did.
like,
He does.
actually not true anymore. I scan now.
well, I messaged you.
You
on-
acknowledge him.
I messaged you on Facebook on Messenger.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and then I waited like 5 days, and because I didn't have Instagram at the time, I deleted it. But then like I was like, oh, he's not going to respond ever to this. So then I was like, well, he said the thing about Deuteronomy, so I added you on that.
Yeah, I'm bad about responding to people I know on Facebook.
Yeah,
So-
I know. Well, there's a thing like, and I was telling Petey, and I mean, it's not like, but there's just so many messages. You know what I mean? Personally, I have to be in the right frame of mind to like respond back to a lot of them. But I do reach out to, like, if somebody asks a question or if it's going somewhere, like, then I'm like, oh, cool. But like the stuff like, hey, what's up, man? I'm like, dude, are we gonna do this? Are we gonna do
Yeah.
this? You know what I mean? Like, shoot me the shot. Shoot your shot.
I
Let's
think
do
I
something.
sent a message to you too.
Did
but-
you? I'm
yeah.
sorry, man.
No,
Have I
you're
ever
good.
responded?
No, but I don't know if I did for sure. So it's
Okay.
okay.
If I did,
So-
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
We had lunch today. Okay.
There came a point on Deuteronomy where I was like drowning in messages, and I was like, I just can't do this.
Yeah.
And so now I'll go to the requests, and like I'll read the first few the first few words of the sentence, and if it looks like something I should respond to, I'll click on it.
Right.
I was surprised you responded to mine. I mean, I appreciate
So
it.
Yeah, if somebody's like nice, you know.
I think that's the only thing. Yeah, it's just like somebody being nice, and then I don't know, like people, like somebody messaged me the other day and was like, hey, like me and a group are trying to do the Veggie Tales remix song at like a camp, and I've talked to Andrew about it, my producer, and I was like, dude, I'm always gonna let people get the beat to do that, just because I think it's so cool. It's like one of those things where people are excited and they want to reenact, you know, like do something of ours. So I was like, heck yeah. So just send me your email. So I sent it to her. So stuff like that where I'm like, you know what? Like I think stuff like that is cooler, but there's just some certain DMs that I'm like, this is going nowhere.
if it's just a crying, laughing emoji,
Yeah,
I don't even need to look
what?
at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, it's free advertising in a way anyway. If you
Right.
do something like
that's
that.
That's what I think of. Yeah. And we make some fun stuff. So I'm like, hey, let's let people enjoy it. So PD responded back. PD messaged me that day, and he was like, no,
I
he
called
sent me a
you.
screenshot. Yeah, and then you sent me a screenshot. And I was like, man, this dude is either gonna kill us or he's gonna be pretty cool.
I mean, I said
And it was the
something in
latter.
it, but I said I'm not a creep in it, and I'm not 30. So.
Yeah, you did say that, and I was like, man, that's it. That's all we needed to know. So then you drove up here from Hilton Head, and then we ate lunch and cookout, and here we are recording this podcast right now.
Yeah, even though Shama showed up late.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna bring that
Diva.
up. I showed up 30 minutes late in sunglasses on the phone.
Do you know what you're gonna turn into?
What?
So there was a Steelers player last year who, somewhere during the season, he just like had a meltdown. Like he's like went crazy. He dyed his mustache blonde. I mean,
I think I saw pictures of
Yeah.
this. It was like a meme, wasn't he?
yeah. So what happened was he like during some practice, I think they told him to redo a route or something. He threw a ball at the quarterback and just left.
Really?
Yeah, on the just left, and then ends up getting released and traded. And he did some workout video. He was like Instagram living himself on a treadmill and told everybody that he wanted to be referred to as Mr. Big Chest. So that's what you are now, Mr. Big Chest. Shama Marema.
Well, thanks. How about you told that whole story to go?
Yeah.
What a build
You
up.
you have become this thing that I know of. Me and a few people in the football community know of.
Grow a mustache and dye it blonde.
That's it, man. That's it. I haven't gone that crazy, but I did apologize. I came in, I shook your hand, and I went, "This is don't remember this as the only thing about me that I came in late." But no, it was really cool getting to talk to you, getting to know you, and we're glad that you made it to the show and to Greenville in general,
Thank you. It was like 4 hours.
dude. Thank you. But it's cool though. I mean, it's cool. I
I
think
mean,
like
I didn't think it was going to be that far of a drive until I messaged him about it, and then he was like, "Oh, we're in Greenville," and I looked it up, and I was like, "Oh, that's like 4 hours."
so. remember PD was telling me that day, and I was like, man, should we meet him like halfway, or should we work something out?
But I was like, I don't know if we could film then anywhere or anything. Then.
Right. It would have worked.
Yeah, that would have been weird. Like setting up cameras in a Chick-fil-A. It'd be like, get out.
Don't mind us, please.
I made the playground, you know.
Yeah. But
and then get arrested.
We're like, no, we have a podcast, I swear. So tell us about yourself, Josiah. You said you're in college. You said you wanted to take communications, right? Or are you currently taking communications?
No, I'm going for business.
Okay.
Yeah. I did YouTube, and I still slightly do YouTube. So you can check me out. My channel name is Electro Joe. So
sick.
Mm-hmm.
What do you make?
It's just like real life videos now. Here's a funny story. I saved this for the podcast to say something like this. So you did your video of the little drummer boy.
Yes.
And
Pa-rum-pa-pum-pum.
yeah.
So got that drum.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. This is the big thing here. So one of the things that you had in that video was a Christmas tree costume.
Yes.
I bought that same Christmas tree costume
on Amazon.
On Amazon.
After or before?
After.
And
I did a video in that costume.
Okay.
And it was me. It was the old song, "The Happiest Christmas Tree" by Nat King Cole.
Okay.
And it was me. It was me dancing around in St. Augustine with the night of lights, and and then like at the end of the video, it's like less than a minute, and I'm just like dancing around. I did like a fake moonwalk, and then at the end, this random guy like wants to take a picture with me, who's like drunk. So.
Well, you're responsible for that, Shama. How do you feel?
I plead the fifth. That's awesome, man.
I tried wearing it at work, but they told me I couldn't. But they told me I could for Halloween, so I might.
So just be like, "Hey, I'm celebrating Christmas early."
Halloween. They didn't say Christmas?
No, because you can dress up nice for Christmas, but you can't like wear a costume. But Halloween, you can do like whatever.
I'm a Christmas tree for Halloween.
See, I returned the costume.
Halloween, people hate him. Watch how one man. That's awesome. So how long have you been doing YouTube?
On and off for a long time, like probably since like 5th grade. But the channel I have now, I've had for like 5 years.
Yeah, have fun.
Thank you.
Just have fun.
I thought you were gonna say like I make vaporwave music because Electro Joe sounds. That's what came to mind.
No,
vaporwave.
Do you know what that is?
No, it sounds funny though. Is that like?
It's cool.
It sounds like electronic music or something.
Is it?
Know. It's like 80s kind of like electronic. It's fun.
Okay,
it could be something I could get into. You know, never know.
Yeah.
Dude,
you've already got the name for it.
Sorry.
Didn't
Joe?
You don't even know what it is, and that sounds accurate, right?
Yeah.
I'm Electro Joe. I make vaporwave
music. Be headlining Coachella. Man, that's awesome. That's awesome, man.
And my saying I would always say at the end of my videos was, remember, I haven't said it in like a year or two, and I don't even say it at the end of my videos anymore, but I'll say it for everyone.
Bring it back.
I'll bring it back. And remember, as always, to power up. There you go.
So good. It sounds like an old PBS show ending.
What does that mean exactly?
I mean, I had like a lightning bolt. It used to be a Minecraft channel, so
okay.
There was like
you rebranded.
Yeah, rebrand. Well, no, the channel was still called Electro Joe, but like my Minecraft character had like a lightning bolt because like electro, I don't know, something kind of close to that electricity. So it was like power up.
You should sell that to Duracell.
Duracell is probably Googling right now. They're like, God, if only Josiah didn't get to it. If only Electro Joe didn't get to it first. Man, that's awesome.
Hey, watch it.
That's what I tried pointing you to earlier.
Oh, my bad, man.
Yeah, your phone's about to fall.
I'm sorry. Guys, forgive.
Yeah, I was saving Shama's phone.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, the name of the podcast is Church Stories. So, what you got, Josiah?
Oh, I have been to church before.
Okay, that's good.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
We need to have somebody who's never been to church on the show,
and just like react.
Yeah, just. I don't know where that's going.
What is a youth camp?
So we can like bring them up to speed on a lot of stuff that we've experienced.
I guess it could be like a video show. I don't know if this would work for audio, but just playing them clips of church services, like
pews,
like famous ones, like that pastor saying he punched a kid in the chest.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Oh my gosh.
One of the classics.
Dude. Yeah. Off topic. So
Yeah.
you've been to church. You've been to church.
Yes.
That's good.
So
Do non-denominational churches count, PD?
there's people that go.
No. Okay, I know. I'm just messing with you. I went to a non-denominational church for a minute. Then I got saved.
Oh.
I set up an alley-ooped myself
At
in
the
the dump.
denominational church? I mean, you didn't specify.
Yeah.
I saw a meme that's like, it said non-denom.
Yeah,
And I read it as denim. I was like, what does that mean?
Is that just regular khakis?
Yeah.
Oh man. So, what's some church stories that you got?
So
Hit us.
Here's a story.
Set it up.
So, in a middle school, we had these groups, and they were called real life groups, and
It's like small groups, like
yeah, like a small group with it was 7th grade at the time, and we had this big trip planned, and it was a bike trip, and we were gonna bike across Florida,
The whole state?
the whole state, but across.
Okay.
Like
So from like, gotcha.
Big state.
Yeah.
Every state is a big state if you're gonna bike across it.
That was fun facts with PD Bachman.
every state.
Every state is a big state. I just say super obvious things.
At least 10 miles.
Every state's a big state if you're gonna bike across it. He said that like that's. Well, I'd be like, no. What's that? What's that tiny state? What is it? Like Maryland or something?
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. Yeah, it's skinny. You could do that in like an afternoon, right?
No.
I mean, maybe I could, but not PD.
What do you? Why did you say that like you've tried it? Oh my gosh. Okay. So, wait a minute. Why were y'all planning to bike across Florida?
He's the youth pastor was our leader, and he had done it before with his other groups that he would lead. So he's done it like 3 or 4 times. And
How does this work? You bike to a motel, and then you sleep, and then you bike to another motel.
I can't get how many people were in your group?
there was like 10.
Okay, let me ask, because I've got to ask, how many people looked physically capable of being able to bike across Florida?
I mean, honestly, most of them. I mean, they were all normal size.
Okay.
I was fat.
Okay.
Especially during middle school.
You were like, no!
So
I like how you phrase it.
well, the whole thing.
Oh, you said I was a fat.
I was a fat.
It's like you were trying to be polite to yourself.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to let me down easy.
No, the one from that I learned in Christian school was beefy. That's what they would say.
Yeah.
Or big bone.
Well fed. Man.
A
So
chubby bunny.
were you, when you heard the news, you weren't excited?
I mean,
How did you feel?
I thought I could get out of it.
Okay.
Like I thought I could not get out of the trip, but like I could probably get out of 30 miles and still
Okay.
say I did it or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And I was like, we split it up into 2 days, and
The whole state.
yeah, yes, the entire across the state.
Okay.
BD's like, I love how BD is still hung up on the fact that this was all of Florida.
I mean, when I heard across, I was thinking up and down. I had no clue.
Yeah.
I was in middle school. My brain was kind of small then. So
I'm just thinking like I can walk up the stairs and be really winded.
but you biked a lot. You bike a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what about alligators? There are a lot of alligators
not
in
that-
Florida,
Well,
right?
I mean, not
Florida's
if you're,
not
not
that
if you're
bad.
moving.
Don't you just find an alligator in your kitchen every once in
I've
a while?
only
in
seen like
Florida?
1 or 2 alligators.
I love how
at
this
zoo.
is the episode that we're realizing PD knows absolutely nothing about Florida.
I mean,
Here's what I do know. We are NPCs, and the people in Florida are like the players. You know,
Yeah,
I saw that
yeah.
on the internet. I think I saw it on Reddit somewhere.
Yeah.
That's why they're so crazy.
Oh, we're like living our daily lives, and Florida's like, I'm gonna ride a gator to work, and we're like, all right, character. So y'all.
we did some.
you're
Well, we
learning-
did
okay,
some
so
training. We
let
did
me-
a little bit of training.
Okay, let me ask. Let's take
okay.
it back. Let's take it
Okay,
back.
we're
Let's take
taking it back.
How long had the youth pastor been at the church?
Oh, probably like 15 years. I
Okay.
think, or
Oh
something.
wow, that's
So-
a long time.
He was
Established.
kind of old then too,
Established.
like 45, 50.
Oh boy,
He's done it before, and he was
Moment
younger.
of silence for all the old people who are over 45 listening right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good. I love that. I think it's funny. One day we're gonna be those people, and we're gonna see a young person be like, "Yeah, you're kind of old." We're gonna be like, buddy,
that's the halfway point, like 40. just keeping it real, man.
This is okay.
If you're lucky.
When you get to be 40, PD, you're gonna be one of those people who tries to do everything because you're gonna be like, "It's halfway point, baby. Let's go."
I'm a back across South Carolina.
I mean, PD, we're almost a quarter way through.
Think about it.
Yeah.
That was fun facts with Josiah. And PD. Okay,
That's your big thought of the day.
I just wanted to establish that the youth pastor had rapport at the church.
Yes. He's done it before.
He's done it before with a group from the church, right?
Yes.
And he's presented this to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
The 10.
He brought it up since like the beginning of 6th grade because the whole big deal though with us was that he did it with the 8th grade guys and he would do it at the end. But with us, he said, with us, we're gonna do it 7th grade summer. So we did a year in advance.
How was morale?
I mean, they were all excited for it.
Were there girls?
Except for you, were there girls?
No, it's a guys group.
So you were like, oh God, really? Or like, why can't we do like a fast food crawl where we hit up 7 joints between 8 and 10?
I mean, I like the idea. I like biking.
PD, if we started a Chick-fil-A crawl, people would totally do it with us.
Let's do it.
That's something we need to invest time in.
Yeah, you buy one item at every.
It's just too many miles.
Guys, if we should do a Chick-fil-A crawl, please DM me and PD. If we did it in Greenville,
would you come?
And
PD will respond to every
all
message.
over to like North Carolina, would you do it?
What if we could get Chick-fil-A in on that somehow?
Oh my gosh. They would.
All right, this will be a meeting after the show.
Somebody get a Kathy on the phone. Okay, so
I know a Kathy.
You do?
Yeah.
One of them?
Not that one.
Okay.
Hey, can I interject with one Florida man story before we keep going?
Yes.
So Florida sent out an initiative to, I think, kill lizards, or there's like squirrels or lizards.
Are you sure it wasn't Babylon Bee?
No, this is real. Like I don't know if it was like.
Yes. Okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So somebody was like, look, it's just a matter of time until somebody gets shot and somebody else says they thought they were a lizard, and it happened.
Did it?
Yes. Like the next day.
Really?
Yeah. The guy shot somebody. He's like, I thought it was a lizard.
Dude. Hey,
anyways,
what do you think about the rest of the U.S. wanting to saw Florida and let it float into the ocean? What do you think about that?
I'm very don't know politics. The end.
Wait, politics? That's just like
that's just opinion, bruh.
Yeah.
That's just us Southerners down here going, hey, what can we do with them down there? Okay, so you're not excited about the idea.
I mean, I'm not against it. It's just like, how many miles is this again?
And how many was it?
140.
140 miles.
It might have been 160, but I think it was 140.
PD, how many miles did you bike in a day?
40.
40.
Yeah.
Come on. You were close to halfway there.
You basically
if you did 30 more in that day and you broke for
PD, let's do it
breakfast
together.
and lunch and you did dinner along the way, you done biked half of Florida.
I don't believe it.
He just said it's 140 or 160
It was from
miles.
Cedar Key to Micklers.
Okay.
We don't know what that means.
I mean, but that's a place.
Okay.
Floridians might know.
Y'all, it's the plan is laid out. And y'all go, okay, great. What do your parents say?
I mean, they're down for it. They're just like, be careful, and you got this.
Okay. How much did it cost?
It was free.
Okay.
I think. I don't remember.
Did y'all buy food along the way, or did y'all?
We had like a
camper
so
like a trailer?
We stayed in Stark, which is like a halfway point between both places. So we like biked from Cedar Key to Stark, and then Stark to Micklers, and there was we had like a van with all the bikes in it, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. And there was also a bunch of snacks. So the person that was running the van, they would like set up a snack booth every like 10 or 15 miles in like water for us at like a random place for like as a checkpoint for us.
And would y'all like stop, or would y'all just swing by and just grab them? Like
oh no, we would stop. I mean, I would stop. I was tired.
Okay. So you were stopping.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay. And then would everybody else stop too?
Well, remember, I was a fat.
Can't say it like that.
So fat.
How
Well, I
about-
mean, he's talking about himself, his old self.
Well,
so
here's a
can we
good
let-
one I
can we
heard
allow
recently.
it?
A man of great carriage.
I don't like that.
That sounds like a Shakespearean diss.
Yeah, that's why I like it.
Okay, so you were not in the best. Oh wait, let me back up. What was the conditioning for this journey? What
Oh
did
yeah,
that
so
look
the practice we did like not a lot. We did like 2 or 3 times where we went on this one trail. It's like 15 miles, and we did like half of it and then half of it back. So that was only like 14 miles, and that was really all the training that we did. And we did that like twice, and then we were just like, okay, now we have to bike across Florida because we had the date set.
My gosh.
Sounds like the worst idea.
My gosh.
It was with 7th graders too. I mean, I think of myself as a 7th grader being like amazing.
Yeah.
But like
When you
now I
s-
see 7th graders, I'm
and you're
like,
like,
wow, these kids are
"You-
stupid.
You. Okay, and so you're. Is it safe to say that you were struggling across?
I was struggling across. Yes.
Was everybody else just cranking it out,
So-
just going through it?
I mean, I was behind everyone. Me and the youth pastor, we got a lot of bonding. Basically, all of them were together in a line, and then it was me and him like farther back for most of the time, except like at some point like we got ahead of everyone because they took like a longer break or something. But that was basically it. So it was me and him, and he'd sing like different songs about the towns and try to like entertain me with all these things, and I was like, no, I hate this.
Like he was a tour guide.
He was most definitely wearing spandex, wasn't he? Because he was a biker. Was he wearing biking gear, like cyclist gear?
No, I think we had to wear helmets.
Oh. Did he have to wear like the tight shirt and tight shorts, or was he just wearing khakis?
No, we all had these bright orange shirts that said "I bike."
Sick.
Yeah, so doesn't fit now. It's really sad because I used to wear that shirt so much because it said on the back of the shirt, it said like "I bike" and a picture of like a guy on a bike, and then on the back it said "I biked across Florida," and then you could see like the
points?
dotted lines, and then the star where like the middle where we stopped, and then the dotted lines till the end.
That's awesome. Okay, so back to the journey.
Okay.
Youth pastor's singing to you, trying to raise morale.
Yeah, and I'm not feeling it. I don't care.
Not feeling it.
I just said no.
You weren't feeling it at all. That's a shout out to Pete Holmes. That's a Pete Holmes bit. Sorry, I had to bring it up because he said it. And then what happened?
Well, I'm falling behind towards the end of the first day. So I don't remember the exact details, but we'll just say, I don't know, what's half and half. So we'll say like we did like 80 and 60. Is that 140? I think so, yeah. So we'll say the first day we had to do 80 and the second day 60. Well, I'm like 45 miles through. No, wait, not 45. We'll say like 65.
This is a feat for 7th graders to try to do.
I mean, yeah.
Why was this? I'm just shocked. So you were struggling. Then what happened? 40 miles
65. We'll just say 65. We'll just say
65 miles along
so
the way. Yeah.
I'm too tired, and it's like pretty dark. So we just we end off before everyone else that got to like the 80 point. So I'm thinking, oh, sweet, I just made out of 15 miles. But then that night happens, and then the youth pastor tells me like, you know what, we're just gonna wake up like earlier than everyone else and leave ahead of everyone, so you can get those 15, and then we can get ahead of them too.
Oh, as in like, so did you leave behind 15 miles that you needed to accomplish?
Yeah, I didn't finish the 80 the first day, or how many it was. So I had to do the 15 extra the second day, and I thought I was maybe going to get out of it. But instead...
Oh, the youth pastor woke up and was like, buddy.
Yeah, it was like 6 a.m. or something.
Joe boy. Champ. Hey, biker man. Let's go get these last 15 in.
That leads to another small story. So that night, it was I've never done anything like this before, or since this. But in my sleep, I sat up, and people like were witnesses to this. I sat up from my bed, and I was in a lot of pain, and I was doing my legs like biking my legs, and then I was saying, "Oh, the pain! Oh, the pain!"
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Which is something you were saying. Were you saying that while you were biking earlier that day?
I mean, not probably to that extent, but I was just like, oh, "Can we please stop?"
So you finally go to bed, and your body's like, time to simulate biking. It's like as if 80 miles wasn't enough for what it's 60 whatever.
No, it's like when you swim all day and then you get home and you're like, woo. You're like, nope.
Just trying to swim in your bed.
Your body's like, let's keep doing that thing we were doing in the water. Oh my goodness.
It is in fact 160 miles wide.
Were you fact checking that the whole time?
I googled it.
Oh, so maybe see, look at that. Maybe I did 160.
Look,
then. I don't know.
Okay, so then, oh my goodness.
It's a lot of miles.
After that nightmare, you wake up the next day, or
and I'm woken up by him, and then
What time?
I think it was like a 6, and then they were leaving.
Was it dark? Was it dark outside?
Yeah, it was still dark, and so we ate breakfast real quick, and then we left before everyone else was even up.
Well, what was breakfast?
I don't remember. I know we had Pizza Hut though the night of, and I was excited because I was like, "Hey, real food."
After eating snacks all day.
I mean, yeah, I've been eating snacks all day. I think we stopped. I don't know if we stopped for like actual meals.
I like how you got Pizza Hut and you're like, a proper meal.
A meal fit for his king and servants.
I mean, I was excited. I was like, okay, today was worth it. I got pizza at the end of it.
Oh, that's it. That's all the other.
Thank you, Jesus.
That's all the payment you need to offer. You need to offer a 7th grader.
Exactly.
So he wakes you up. This is after you're thinking, he's gonna let me off the hook.
Mm-hmm.
He wakes you up.
I mean, he told me that the night before we were going to wake up, but I didn't think he was telling the truth. Or I thought, you know what, like, we'll probably just get out of it. Like, or like maybe he'll make up 5 miles or something. But we literally stopped like same exact spot. And it was, so I was just like, seriously? So
he wakes you up and y'all hit it. Y'all go stop. So basically it's like the trailer drops you guys off. The
van.
Does? The van?
Yeah.
Okay. And then y'all start.
Mm-hmm.
Is there
I had like 3
15?
flat tires too during this whole thing.
Oh man!
I love that your youth pastor made you pay a debt that you owed nobody.
So
I mean, it was where I could still say it, and I guess not, have a technicality to it.
You rode across it.
is there a van following everybody real slow?
Was there a van following? There
Sometimes,
was? Oh, okay.
Occasionally, but most of the time,
It was just a head like setting up.
yeah.
Well,
We had to see the grand finale. There's this big bridge, and they've been talking about this. It's called the Intercoastal, and it goes like super high up.
Oh no!
And that was like the grand finale kind of thing, like 10 miles before we got to Mickler's, and I was like freaking out about it the whole time in my head. I was like, I don't know how we're gonna do it. The other thing was too, it was an actual. I think this was maybe not. This is another story, but basically with the bridge, we had to block the cars with the van while we biked across it.
Oh my gosh. And so y'all did it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we did both of those bridges. There was that one, and then the Intercoastal, which was I've been freaking out about the whole time because that one's like super high, and I was like, I don't even know if I'm gonna have the strength. And literally, someone for a second like helped push me a little bit because it's just like it's a very steep.
Was this fit for 7th graders?
I mean, we did it. 7th graders have a lot of energy.
I guess that's where you get the bragging rights for sure. And
we did it before the other groups that had come before us.
Oh, really?
I mean, because they got it. We were actually the last group to do it because the youth pastor I said was like getting kind of older, so he hasn't done it since then. And with the groups he had done, the 2 or 3 times he'd done it before, it was with the 8th grade guys.
Yeah,
that he has a group. So we're special.
Dang, man. So y'all did it.
Yeah,
you did it.
Yeah, and then at the end, there was a bridge that we had to cross, and I flipped.
Just flip.
Like literally right there on the beach. Like right there before the beach, like on the beach. I think you can see on the video that is recorded. There's a video of us getting there, and then there's like a little bump I go over, and I flip.
Oh my!
And the beach water is like 30 feet away.
Man, and then you got up and you finished after that?
Yeah.
Or were you like, you know what, guys? I'm gonna ride in this cozy van. At what point in time did you want to ride in the van? Say it.
Anytime.
The whole thing, right?
The whole time.
I really just thought I could somehow get out of part of it.
Yeah.
That was my whole little thing. I was like, well, I can still say I did it if I did a majority.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's better than most people. But no, I did the full thing. So I mean, that is nice for my conscience, but and it's nice for now. But at the time, I didn't care.
Man. Yeah, that's the thing about feat. Like, I'm gonna call it a feat. It is a feat like that where it's like I biked over Paris Mountain one time with my friend Parker, and I felt like physically wanting to die. I remember I would stop the bike, I'd stop biking, and I would hop off, and I would lay down like a starfish on the ground, like gasping for air, and then I would get back and bike. And then I remember like after we crossed it, like the top, I was like, that's the greatest thing I've ever done. And I was super energetic, and I went home and I stayed up that night. Like I wasn't even that exhausted. But yeah. Congratulations, Josiah.
Thank you.
Are
mean,
you
it was
happy
a while
you
ago.
did it?
I mean, yeah, because it's a cool story.
Yeah.
And I mean, I wore the shirt just like all the other guys. I mean, I think there was someone in our group that didn't do it. I don't remember that for sure now, but I actually was getting sick the night before.
Yeah.
So I almost used that as a reason not to do it, but I still ended up doing it.
Okay, here's $1 million question. If you were a youth pastor, would you ever get a group of 7th graders to bike across Florida?
Am I biking it with them?
Think about how much of a disaster that would have been if we did it with our youth group.
I mean, it can't be a lot.
I hated biking 2 miles to town. I thought that was the most stressful thing. Yeah, if you had to bike it with them, would you?
Maybe. I mean, I wish I biked more. Ever since then, like for a while, I just didn't bike, and I never really have gotten back into it since then.
Well,
And
you biked 120 miles. That's you biked a couple of people's yearly average.
I mean, yeah, but it's been a while now.
Hey,
I need to pick
it's like
it back up.
it's like riding a bike.
It's like riding a bike. You're right.
It's exactly like riding a bike.
Riding a bike's kind of
What
like
you looking
riding
up,
a bike.
PD?
Oh, I was... Florida iguana hunter misses target, hits pool boy with pellet gun. That was the official
Oh, wow.
headline from the New York Post.
Hits pool boy.
Yeah.
That's the number one innocent bystander.
I came out to see what they were doing, and I heard him scream at the top of his lungs, "Ow!" Brian told the network. He had blood coming out of his leg, and he was shot by the hunter. Florida. We had iguanas everywhere. If neighbors are going to be like the Wild West and shoot at everything, somebody's going to get killed, warned Brian.
Warned Brian. Man, does satire work in Florida?
No.
I don't know.
No, I gotta ask. Like Babylon Bee, are you like when you read
Oh,
stuff like,
I
or like
like
The Onion?
Babylon
Are you
Bee.
like, wait a minute?
But what...
I like it the most when it's like, it seems like it's true, or it's.
That's the whole point of it. But
But I mean,
Yeah.
there's some that are.
Well, there's some
good,
that, like,
and then
you're
there's
like,
some that's just like, wait, that
wait
actually
a
could be
minute.
real news.
Yeah.
that's what I hate the Babylon Bee comments, because every comment section is like,
Wait a minute.
I thought this was a fake site.
I saw a comment like that.
Yeah.
Every post.
Everybody's trying to like. Everybody's got the
Yeah.
same joke. Like and this.
But do you have any like Florida man headline experiences happen to you? Have you seen people
bro.
do like insane things?
Are you a Florida man headline?
You've heard about this, right?
You've heard about these though.
No, I don't really know what you mean. I mean, I know what you mean,
Wow.
as in like,
from
there's
there.
crazy stuff that happens in Florida.
But you know, like Florida man, you know,
Yeah,
like
it's
the
a meme,
the
'cause,
trope,
like,
right?
No, I don't.
You've never heard of the trope Florida man.
No.
Articles start out with Florida man and then just insert the most insane
the
thing.
most insane thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've heard those, right?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. That is like to us out here in the real world. Just
Oh, thank you.
Electric Joe. No, those are no. That is like like a Florida man, whatever, and it is hilarious. Florida man tries robbing gas station with a pickle. This is stupid. That probably it's not real, but I wouldn't doubt if I looked it up and it was real.
But have you like witnessed any of these things?
Not really. I think there was like at this newer Walmart that opened up that was pretty close to my house. There was like a guy that apparently like robbed it, and I forgot the whole story, but it was like a weird story. And he was like, but then he like left, and then he like went into like this other store and like bought groceries. It was a really weird story.
Sounds just like a Florida man would do.
Yeah.
Josiah, you brought up a song earlier. I want to play that, and I want to react to it in real time. As y'all know, Veggie Tales is near and dear to this show's hearts and our brand. And you mentioned a song that I'd never even heard the title of before, which is Gated Community by Veggie Tales.
It's a great song.
If you've heard it, you're about to hear it again. I just wanted to hear it for the first time. PD and I both. This sounds like something that's would be on brand to us.
And now it's time for Silly Songs with Larry, the part of the show where Larry comes out and sings a silly song.
There once was a boy who lived in a house, and the house sat under a tree.
This is when Veggie Tales appealed to
By
privileged
the tree
people.
ran a
Yeah.
fence that stretched far and wide around the gated community.
Can I have my ball? Can you get my ball? I kicked it into the tree, and my ball bounced up, and my ball
Yo.
dropped in to the gated community.
Oh, the gated community is where we like to be. Everything's so lovely, oh, our hearts are filled with glee. And when you come to visit, you can stand outside and see what a lovely bunch we are in our gated unity.
I dig it.
Those guys are depressed.
Can I have my ball? Can you get my ball?
I mean, it'd be so easy to reenact this too.
I
You just need a couple
kicked
people.
it into the tree, and my
Is
ball
it just
bounced
these four
up,
characters?
and
Yeah.
my ball
Actually, there's a
dropped
fifth for a
in
second.
to the gated community.
Oh, the gated community is where we like to be. Our clothes are never dirty and our lawns are always green. And when you come to
I love
visit,
how they have a
you can stand
unipant.
outside and see what
It's
a
not
tiny
pants.
bunch we are in our gated unity. The gated community, we think you will agree, is pleasantly devoid of unsightly stray debris.
Free of debris.
Gated community.
Oh my gosh.
White smiles and comfy custody.
Yo.
Come on, you stand outside. What a smiley bunch we are in our gated unity.
Can I have my ball? Can you get my ball?
I mean, sick
I
harmonies.
kicked it into the tree, and my ball bounced up,
To
and
visit,
my ball
you can
dropped
stand outside and
in
see
to the gated community.
what a lovely bunch we are.
To the gated community.
What a happy bunch we are in our gated unity.
This has been Silly Songs with Larry.
Those guys suck. They never gave him the ball.
No, at the end they do. At the end they do. They.
Wait a second.
Tune in next time to hear Larry say,
Thank you.
So they threw it at him.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me break this down. So a boy throws his ball, and instead of the guys giving it back, they come and sing about how wonderful their community is and how awesome their life is, and then throw the ball at the boy.
I think
Who
it
are these monsters?
represents my childhood.
Oh man. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, that's so good. I liked that song. If I
song.
only knew people who were remixing Veggie Tales music, I would pass it along to them and see what they could do.
So now I know that if a kid ever throws a ball into my yard, I'll just come stand in front of him and be like, I love my yard.
I love my.
Oh man. Oh, it's so good. Hey, this has been a great episode. It's been a great episode. Thanks for coming up here.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thanks for being our guest. Thanks for getting lunch with us and visiting with us and keeping up with the show, Josiah.
Maybe we could.
As you know,
Oh wait, praise reports. Is that what we're doing?
I think that's what they're called, right?
Yeah, I was just gonna read some more Florida man headlines.
Yeah,
but,
read some. Read some. Yeah. What if that's the praise report? No, just kidding.
Can you play like a dramatic music bed?
I can play. Let me get the. No, I can't play guitar. Hey, why don't you grab the guitar right there, and then I'll read some of these headlines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put all the pressure on PD right now.
Hold on. Yeah. Just turn around and grab it. Let me grab your mic too, and then.
Like a trap beat or something. That would that'd be hilarious. Type in moody trap instrumental.
Okay, I'm gonna play the first one. Moody trap instrumental. It's true. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Moody trap instrumental. Here it is.
Florida man gets busted for drugs because he was playing Pokemon Go at 2 a.m. Florida man finds shark tooth in foot 25 years after attack. Florida man, 23, arrested after cops find marijuana stash in his Bob Marley backpack. Florida man calls cops to report that he was witnessing South Florida be invaded by a Chinese UFO. Bonus, he was right. Florida man kept rambling on to friends about dead palm trees. Turns out he'd spotted a new disease killing thousands of Florida's signature trees. Florida woman livens up her ride to rehab by jumping out of the car, stealing a truck, crashing it, and leading the police on a chase on foot.
Shama's gonna pass out.
Oh my goodness, man.
Florida woman pulled over for having a man in dog cage in back of her truck. I think that's good.
Oh my gosh. Hey, that was a Florida man on Church Stories.
Can this be a reoccurring segment?
Wow, I start a new segment.
Oh my God, I'm crying, man. Oh, it's so funny. Oh man, y'all send us in the Florida man titles that you like. No, for real. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, I'm dying. That's so good, guys. Well, let's end it with some praise reports. Let's get out of here. Josiah, you got a praise report, man?
Well, I made it here safely.
Yes,
Yeah, and
for sure.
yeah, I went to Israel recently on a little trip.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, so just that safety with that and fruit from anything that happened from all that stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. How many people went in your group?
9 of us.
That's awesome.
I always get kind of nervous whenever somebody tells me they're going to Israel because I'm like, that's the middle of the Middle East. Like that's you're in it. There's a lot going on out there.
Yeah, but they're pretty protected, right? Israel's got like, I almost said Florida. Israel has like,
I mean, Florida,
Israel is the Florida of the Middle East.
we just lost every Israeli listener. No, yeah, they're pretty. Hey, I'm gonna look up the metrics so I know for sure. But oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome though. Love mission trips. PD, you have a praise report?
My praise report is that I've been eating a lot of cookout recently, and it has
said no one ever.
Well, that's not the praise report. The praise report is that I have not gotten diarrhea. Because it used to be like a roll of the dice. I feel like with cookout, it still is.
That's like saying I praise the Lord that I stuck my hand in fire. Didn't burn.
Pretty much.
Okay, but he only ate like a quarter of his meal. I was staring at it after.
Yeah.
And there was literally he got 2 tenders and fries.
What was 3? I ate like
3 tenders.
1 tender, a few fries. I ate
That's
the
pathetic.
quesadilla.
He said he was hungry before.
Those are rookie numbers. You need to bring them up.
I was hungry.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
If you've been eating cookout but like 8 bites of it, nothing's gonna happen.
I can never eat much like the first time I eat during the day.
Oh yeah. PD's on this weird OMAD.
But it's like
one
what?
meal a day.
It was like
No,
one.
it's not like I'm.
I don't know
it's
what's
not
wrong
a
with him.
thing. Like if I could eat more, I would.
Oh, so you're like intermittent fasting?
No,
right?
no. I mean, like
that's the
I get
fancy way.
full really quick.
Oh,
like,
you're just lazy.
my foot.
You don't want
Lazy?
I'm trying to label your eating disorder.
I just
Yeah.
when I wake up, the first time I eat, I can never eat that much for some
Yeah.
reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's the thing when they say like, you know how like, you remember when you were a kid and it was Thanksgiving and you're like, I'm not going to eat until Thanksgiving meal. And then you can't eat as much. It's because like you're...
The Golden Corral effect.
Right, the golden... You're like, we're going to Golden Corral. I'm not going to eat nothing until... Yeah, and then when you get there, your stomach's like, no, we're actually not used to... We're like, sorry, you should have like ate something.
Back to Golden Corral.
But hold on a second. Hold on a second. Never?
Never.
We always say that, but we always end up there.
You'll go back to Golden Corral.
I'm not saying we've never been together. But Golden Corral is forever. It's not going anywhere.
It's forever horrible. Like,
yes.
I think when I was a kid, I didn't
You thought it was
notice-
the bee's knees.
Yeah, but now it's not good.
I remember one thing every time I think about Golden Corral. I remember I saw this picture on Reddit. I think you've probably seen the same one, where somebody, like a busboy or somebody from Golden Corral, took a picture of the dirty dishes, and they were stacked up. There was like 4 or 5 stacks from the floor to the ceiling. It was like, dude, pillars right next to the sink, and I was like, what? It was just, I was like, I couldn't wrap my head around. I mean, they go through a lot of plates, but
And
just
then
the amount of
imagine
food they go through.
How many like kids stick their finger in the chocolate fountain?
Stop, please.
Sorry to ruin Golden Corral for you. I'm surprised Golden Corral didn't ruin Golden Corral for you.
So this,
My dad loves
wise
it.
words with PDB. Your dad does?
Loves Golden Corral.
Dude, my parents.
We go for like
love
Father's
Golden
Day
Corral.
and stuff like that.
You know what,
It's
PD?
weird.
One day we're gonna do a Golden Corral crawl.
Yeah.
After a very successful Chick-fil-A crawl, we're gonna hit up a maximum of 2 Golden Corrals and then be dead by dinner.
Right? Isn't it expensive?
Well, it's like
It's,
$11 a person, right?
Yeah, it's more expensive for dinner, but it's pretty cheap for lunch, like $12 or something.
It's doable. You're rich.
Unlimited
You're
food.
Rich. Come on, you're rich.
Not rich.
You're rich.
And
Look
PD,
at you.
you'll
You're
get at
wearing
least 2
glasses.
plates,
Indoors,
so, you
you're
know.
rich. PD get through 2 plates, half a plate max.
I mean, he'll
And
grab
I
2
eat
plates.
really slow too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was disappointed in you, PD. That's why I brought it up.
Disappointed.
Here you are.
in my
We go to
Coke
lunch.
It was
consumption.
We
chicken
go to lunch
tenders.
with a guest,
The chicken
and you
tenders,
embarrass me.
Were they
like
not
that?
good?
They were not good. No.
What? Chicken
Dude,
tenders?
well, the chicken tenders, sometimes they cook out like they're hit or miss, man. Sometimes the junks is like eating.
I mean, the nuggets
tree
are bad.
bark.
Yeah, that's how it felt. Like
Yeah,
tree bark with meat inside.
yeah, that's rough. You gotta like chisel your way through it.
I mean, you just got to power through. If it's a tender, you got to eat it.
hey, man, yeah.
The fries
Look,
were good, but
come on.
if you can't make good fries,
Take it
then-
from somebody who biked across Florida.
Yeah. I eat chicken tenders all the time. Trust me.
across Florida, like
Guys, my praise report is, what is it, man? My praise report is this, boy. Got a lot of stuff going on. Hope nothing goes wrong.
got a
My
baby.
wife is a mom.
Wow.
He's got a baby on the way.
He's got a baby.
Psych, they're already here to stay. Yeah.
For now.
My wife breastfeeds him.
Baby.
Breastfeeds him.
Baby.
I just watch. Psych, I don't watch, cause I'm not a perv. I sit in the other room on my phone, scrolling through Reddit, upvoting stuff, not posting stuff, cause I'm lame. I don't got karma. Karma's not my name.
He's a
My
lurker.
name is- We're ending the show with random freestyles. Go in, PD. Go in.
Florida man. Florida man. Florida man.
PDB.
Florida man do whatever he can. He do whatever he want. He is his own boss.
Boss.
He is his own boss. Do whatever he want. Do all the drugs. Play Pokemon Go.
Go.
Going with the flow.
Flow.
He wants some more
Mouth.
drugs because he wants to play Pokemon Go on drugs.
Let's stop talking about drugs
Electro
now.
Joe.
We can't stop it. Oh yeah, man. But yeah, got a lot. My praise reports. We got so much stuff going on, man, and I'm so excited. And yeah, we're working on so many things, and we're just gonna reveal them to you slowly. And this is Josiah. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
Check Josiah out at Electro Joe. Electric Joe.
Electro Joe.
Electro Joe.
Yeah.
Electro Joe on YouTube. We'll also link you on the social media, on the Instagrams as well.
I can get like 8 more followers.
Check PDB. Just 8. Don't insult our followers like
At
that. Let's blow his
Hallelujah.
socks. At Hallelujah. Check me out. It's
At-
Shama for reals.
At PD Bachman on Twitter. Maybe. I think that's what
But you
I
don't
am.
want people to follow you on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's where you retweet AOC stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
Psych. All right, everybody. That's the man. Guys, this has been Church Stories.
This has been Josiah.
And you've been awesome.
That's good. We made something happen. We riffed that. Riffing bits. We improv that. But for real, though, if you want to see PD's political opinions, follow. If you want to see PD support and retweet Bernie Sanders.
Have I done that?
Florida man.
I don't know, man. I don't know. What is this? What kind of podcast is this, or what? Where do we lean?
We're not political. We're not gonna get into that.
Not non-denominational, obviously.
All right, guys.
Hey, if you like this, please share it with your friends.
And if you have a funny church story, send it to us, and it might make the show.
Email us, churchstoriespod@gmail.com.
Or DM us at Deuteronomemes on Instagram.
Or tweet us at Church Stories.
And leave us a review on iTunes.
Every little bit helps.
You make the difference.
Be the change you want to see in the world.
Stop wishing, start doing. Is that enough encouragement?
Yeah, that's enough.
All right.